Hello, hello, good evening, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. I apologize for the late start. I didn't realize my phone was not charged, so it took a while to charge it, and I have it now to 80%, so I hope we'll be fine. I hope. We don't know. And just checking that we're live, and it looks like we are, and everything's working. All right. So sorry again for the delay. I have to get my act together. I thought, that I had it, but obviously I didn't. Anyway, so today, because the last weekend in July, I wanted to do Christmas in July, but then I had the paper pumpkin and I just came back from my trip and the paper pumpkin had been in my inbox for a while. And I know that some of you were anxious to see alternatives with that. I decided not to do Christmas in July as I planned on the last weekend in July. So I'm going to do it now. I hope you forgive me for calling it Christmas in August. But anyway, the result is the same. And I wanted to feature this beautiful new suite that is going to be upcoming in September for you to buy if you're not a demonstrator. If you're a demonstrator, you can start buying it next Tuesday. August 5th, 1 month in advance. So it's a gorgeous suite. I have some of the elements here. I didn't put it all together, but it has glimmer paper, which I love. And as you'll see, I'll feature some of it. It has gorgeous paper. Let me show you some of them. I've already used them in several projects, so you don't have the full effect, but it's very pretty. It's in the blues family, which I like too, because it's not a conventional Christmas color, because it's not a conventional suite that's only for the holidays. So I like it's called Peaceful Garden, as I said, and it has like some motifs that are maybe more holiday oriented, but you can use it for wintry things. You can use it for other things. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't it pretty? All the peace doves. And this repeats because it was out of order. All right. And it has also a beautiful embossing foil. Well, let's start with the, okay, Peace on Earth stamp set. And it has a matching die, which I haven't put in my metallic magnetic sheets, which I will because this is driving me crazy. And it has these two doves here that are so pretty. These I don't know if you can see it. Let me, these cats, these doves here, and they're very pretty. And it has nice sentiments like love, sending, and you can do sending love, wishing you peace, love, and joy. You can, wishing you all the best in your new adventure. So you can make different, customize your message a little bit. And of course, if you want something for the holidays, you have peace on earth. That's very nice. And peace, love, and joy. I like to big hugs for a good friend. Also, hi, Deborah. Good evening. And besides the dice and the piece on earth, it also had this beautiful embossing folder. I love it because it has like two levels of embossing, and you'll see it here in this card. Like one is like deeper embossing, and the other is like lighter embossing. So it has like a very cool effect, I think. Anyway, so let's get started. And it has also this ribbon, gorgeous, and these embellishments called hues of blue flowers. They look like stars to me as well. You could go both ways, but anyway, very nice indeed. All right, so let's get started because I want to make 4 cards, and we started a little late. So let's start with one that it's already, oh, I didn't bring the machine here, but I'm gonna have to. Is this one? This one is what's called like a lock card, because it locks when you close it, because it kind of like gets it hold together with the die. So you're supposed to cut the whole thing. And I said, like, I should do it ahead of time, but if I do it ahead of time, it's kind of like I'm not showing you how it's done. So I'm gonna try to bring the machine here and see if it's not too messy. But well, it will be too messy. You won't see that much, but at least you'll get the idea better. All right. So I have here a piece of cardstock that it's 11 by 4.25, score at 5.5. So it makes a vertical card. And this is 4 by 5.25, my DSP. So I'm just gonna adhere it. I made this card a while ago. So, and it was following an idea that I saw on, was it On Stage? No, it was Creativity Now, I think. Creativity Now, I think it was. It was Creativity Now. But anyway, it was not my idea originally. So I should have put, sorry, I'm gonna lift it again, because I should have put glue also in this area, because we want this to get adhered. All right. So then we're gonna see where we want our sentiment, which I've already embossed in white, heat embossed in white. And we need to do, let me bring the machine here. I forgot to bring it. And then we'll need the die. And we'll cut it all together. We'll cut it actually in big, because this die, it has two measurements. One, the one I used to cut the label that I already have here, that keeps falling, this one. And then the other one is a little bigger, so you can do frames around it. So it looks very nice. I like it a lot. So the idea is that I'm gonna set this around there, maybe a little bit farther down, so I can put my dove. I'm gonna try to center it as much as I can. Now I know what I wanted. I can take my label and leave it for later. And I'm just gonna keep it in place. Using a little bit of washi tape. I'm using for this kind of thing washi tape that I don't like, that somebody gave me, or they came with a set where I like one but not the other one. So I have this little, not really attractive one, but it's great to hold your dice in place. And I'm gonna put like this. I try not to press too much, because sometimes they leave a little bit of residue with the glue. And I just want to make sure that it's straight, because my car was not straight. You can barely tell, but I can. So it's driving me crazy, my other car. But anyway, let's see if I can measure it here. It's like 1.25, but kind of like, it looks like it's pretty straight. So I'm happy with this. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to put in the machine like this. Okay. I'm gonna put in the machine. I'm not gonna bring the machine here because it's always very messy. But I'm gonna do it over there. But you know what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna get out of my seat here, go to my table, and pass it through the machine. A quick second, and I'll bring the results. All right. So now it's through the machine. Let's see. Carefully removing the washi tape. Also making sure that there's no residue on my die for next time. And this is our result. Nice, right? Okay. So this is our label. Now it's double. It's thick because it has the DSP, the designer series paper, and the cardstock. And now we're gonna put on top of it this here, and that will be our full effect label. Yes. Cleaning, putting my die back so I don't lose it. So let's adhere this center. See how nice this layering goes with you have two of the same kind of different label die. I like them a lot. All right. So now we're gonna put this separate because we're gonna put this here first, because this is gonna be adhere to our base, and you're gonna write your message here, right? So we're gonna glue these. You know what? I was thinking that I would run out of glue, and this time I was prepared for some, finally. And I have 3 more glue bottles right in next to me. All right, center it as you want it. And there we go. And now we're gonna close it. And you're gonna put your label there. We're gonna actually put glue in it. Not too much. You don't want it seeping out, but you wanted to do it all around because this is gonna be the closing thing. So you want it to be well adhered. Then when you open it, it will stay like that. And then when you close it, it stays closed like that. Isn't it cute? I thought it was a great idea. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for joining, even though it's late. Because Candy was late again because she forgot to charge the phone again. I don't know. I was so confident I was home on time, and I was just like everything, chilling, everything's ready. And then I'm like, oops, I didn't charge the phone. Anyway, so we're going to put the dove right there in the corner without making sure that it doesn't come out of the frame of your car. But the idea is that when you open the car, the dove stays on the top of the car, okay? So don't put any glue in here. So we have to be careful with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some dimensional on the, oh, it's cute, right? I mean, I love the idea. The fact that it locks, I like it a lot. Hi, Elise, how are you? As I said, not my idea. I'm not gonna take credit for it. I can't remember the name. I think it was a British demonstrator. Can't remember the name of the lady who showed us how to do. I did one. I'm thinking I'm gonna put a glue dot here. So there's like a little bit of dimension behind, like one is what is my little thingy? My piercing tool. I like to take my glue dots with my piercing tool. Then I just put it right there. Ooh, that's stuck. And then this way I have the separation, like this wing is upper, so it gives like the three-dimensional thing. And I folded it here and it shows, but it's okay. All right. And of course we need the little olive branch. I think I had it all here. Yes. This olive branch was cut from, I should have done it in front of you, but anyway, it was cut from white paper that I had. I had done some balmy blue with a brush, blending brush. My God, I'm losing my vocabulary here. And these little stars I cut with one of the glimmer paper. They call it like gray or something. It's cloud cover. I don't know why they went inventing the colors. It is cloud cover glimmer paper. So I like it a lot too. And the die cuts 3 stars together. So that's also good, right? So, okay, first things first, we'll do the olive branch. Right, I think it's a perfect sentiment for the dove and for these times that we have, very, very sad times that we're living through. I think we need more peace. We always do, right? All right. So this I'm gonna put, actually, how did I do it? I remember how I did it. I got a piece of scrap cardstock and I put the glue right behind the beak, and then I just grab this, and you see it has the room here to put his beak in, so it's perfect. It's perfectly designed. And then we can actually put some glue on the top right there. All right. Oh, excess glue there. That's what the glue eraser is for. All right, so this is pretty much it, except that we need to put the stars. Okay. Right tool for the job. And it's the take your pick tool. There we go, see? And just putting one there. We put some more glue there. And one there. And the last one. I'm covering one of these stars that they already have in the paper with my glittery stars. These are not too much. It's funny. It fell a little bit of the glitter fell, and it looked like they did it on balmy blue paper. Funny. Anyway, so that's my first card. Pretty easy if you do that thing. And now it's not getting close, but anyway, we can make it happen. There we go. And then it opens and it locks in place again. All right. So moving on. And Peace on Earth is gonna be my sentiment of the of the day because I wanted to create holiday cards. And this is from this set, the one, well, peace, love, and joy also, but these are the two sentiments that were more holiday from this set. So all right, so let's move on. Oh, for the envelope, I took a piece of the DSP and I just stuck it in there. All right, so moving on. Let's do another one that's a little different because I'm using the label from uh, Peaceful Garden, and I'm going to use the sentiment from Peaceful Garden, but the card uses not the Peaceful Garden paper, but the Nest of Winter paper, which is still available as well. So it will be available for holiday cards. And I happen to like it a lot because I like birds. You'll thank me because I fussy cut the birds ahead of time, so you don't have to see me fussy cutting the birds. So here it is. And it's a kind of a barn opening. So yeah, you open like this, and it's just simple, kind of fun, different funful. So okay, how do we start? So we have, oh, I made actually a second variation of this card that I wanted to show you with another one of the birds. So this one has two birds. And if you think this too much of the same color with the background, that's, I think, pool party. I use another bird and, some variations. I think this needs something else here. But anyway, for now, I'm happy with it. Variations, as I said. All right, so let me get the elements for this card together. You need a card base. This is your regular 8.5 by 5.5, score at 4.25. And just, actually, I shouldn't have done that. That's the reason why I didn't do that, is because we're going to cut half of the cardstock here. You can cut a little bit less if you want more area to write under inside, but I think the half is just kind of the right amount. So let's get these, and the half of 5.5 will be 2.75, so that should be more or less it. And we're gonna cut through the fold here. Oh, it got out of place. Cut through the fold, and I cannot see the line here. I'm hoping it's that. Yes, it does look like the appropriate thing. And then we're gonna cut. You don't want to have the bump of your fold, so I'm gonna try to cut a little tiny smidgen in of that. But if not, I'll have to adjust it. And we're gonna go through or cut. All right, the half. If not, I'll use my scissors to help me. See, this is what happens sometimes when the fold is just like a little bit fuzzy. We were saving this for something else. And then we can adjust with the scissors, because I don't like to see that. We're going to flatten it. We flatten may work on its own. Yeah. And I'm just gonna, just because I'm a perfectionist, you know me, I'm just gonna cut a little bit this and get it out of the way. There. Just makes it a little cleaner. Also, it may be that fire department, it may be that my blade needs changing yet again, which it looks like I change it way too often. Maybe I'm cutting a lot. Just gonna flatten all the edges to make them look nicer. And then from here, also from Nest of Winter, it's a shame that I'm giving up this paper for this, but I wanted to put like the wintry kind of snow falling effect. And we're gonna just go with it. And it will work as our inside frame for our for our note, and our outside background for the cover, because you can see what's going on, right? All right, so I'm doing the inside. Let me put a piece of paper. This is 2.5 by 4, I believe. No, 2.5 by 3 and 7/8. I think it's 2.5. Yes, it's 2.5. All right. If you make this taller, then you adjust your paper as you see fit. The important thing is that you don't see the white coming out here. So we have to actually make sure that it's in place. And basically I did it so it shows a 1/16 of an inch all around the white note. There. I think it's fine. Yes, nothing shows. Yay, yay. All right. So for the front, I'm using the same paper, Nest of Winter, the wood panel kind of thing. So it looks like a barn door. They're like someplace taking cover from the snow, like little birds. And this is actually the actual size. I went full size for that. Because I wanted to, as I said, to give the impression of being a door. So I didn't want any frame or anything. So it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. All right. And we're putting it right there. And then we're going to put our birdies. And I'm trying to make this him being inside of the frame, but also make the branch as far left as I can, so it looks like it actually comes from someplace. And let's see, and I'm gonna put it like around there. So I'm gonna be very careful where I put my glue, because the important thing is that they break frame, but you don't want to put glue here. So glue where the door is, so to speak. And I think it's around there. Around there, and a little bit of here, I think. All right. So these are not. I feel some tackiness, but it's from my mat, I think. It's dirty. All right. So these are not pieced off, but my sentiment is still going to say peace on earth, unless you want to use some other sentiment that you may have. But since we're featuring the Peaceful Garden Suite, peace on earth it is. Let me just make sure that it was clean, because I used it with different colors. And we're gonna get Pool Party. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad you like them. Honestly, the paper is so cute. It was my favorite paper of last year. I have an extra package, and I'm glad that it's still available. Let me see. I think I put the sentiment crooked on my blog. So I think I did it a little. No, I did it fine. Look at me. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna close this. This is simple enough. We're gonna put it in dimensionals, which I have right here. Brand new sheet. I'm gonna put one in the middle so it doesn't sink. There. And I want it a little bit to the right because the birds are to the left, so it kind of gives more balance to the card. Oh, please tell me that my battery is not dying. I heard something. Oh, well. I'll try to be fast, but then we're gonna do 3 more stars just because they're easy. They're, like I loved when they give us a die that cuts 3 at the same time because these elements you tend to use more than one. So, all right. Just need a little bit more putty. One there. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to do it with my hand. There, and there was a last star. I think the glue is drying, so it's just resisting. All right. So that's card number 2. The barn opening. All right. Thank you, Deborah. So now we're going back full Peaceful Garden suite. And we're going to make this card. Just because Peaceful Garden comes with all the blues and everything, I thought, you can use it in other colors, especially if you use the beautiful embossing folder. So I went Mossy Meadow. And basically, I went Mossy Meadow because I wanted to use this new ribbon that I think from the online exclusive is called Mossy Meadow and Gold Trim, and it has a lot of gold inside, and it has some like gold threads in here. So it's not. You could use it double-sided. It's just like if you want more gold, you can use this side. If you want more Mossy Meadow, you can use this other side. So that was my excuse for using Mossy Meadow for this card. But basically, you can make it in red, you can make it in vanilla, you can make it in whatever color you want, and it will be very nice. A very elegant card, I think, if I say so myself. All right, so for this, we need, this is the only one of the night that is not a fan fold. So just your regular 8.5 by 5.5 card base. And I'm using glitter paper. This is from the Berry Burst Old Olive because I think Old Olive and Mossy Meadow complement each other very well. So this is gonna go here. And what I didn't do in this card was that I did not cut as I like to do the centerpiece, so I don't waste so much on my glimmer paper, but I'm gonna do it right now. So indulge me. This was this is 4 and 8 by 5 3/8. Okay, but I'm gonna cut at least, I don't know, I'm gonna do like 3/4 this time. I'm gonna do 3/4 all around. I think that should be okay. More or less. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm just gonna do the 3/4 here. Around there. This is 3/4 here. Yes. And the 3/4 here. This way, oh, okay. This way, I can save this for something else. Maximize my glimmer paper, because you never know when they retire them. So I apologize if this is no longer available. You can use gold, you can use whatever. I like glimmer paper. And we have a lot. So let's put this back here on the frame. I'm always a little bit more generous with my glue when I'm gluing this kind of specialty paper, because it's a little thicker. And we're gonna leave 1/16 of an inch all around there. So that should be it. And then I've already embossed my 4 by 5 1/4 piece. And it could go just like that. But I wanted to see how it would look if I cut the border around it, like fussy cut the border around it following the leaves. And I like how it looks. You know, so it's up to you this time. If you want to leave it as is, or if you want to fussy cut all around. I'm going to fussy cut it. I'm sorry I didn't do it for this one. But, you know, just following the leaves here. Try not to cut the embossed part, not like a loose fussy cutting. It doesn't have to be all exact, but you know, it keeps it a little bit more. I like it. And it shows also more of the glitter paper underneath. So I'm sorry if not, I'm not cutting exactly, but I need to see what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if I'm out of camera for some bits of it. I'm trying to go fast because I enjoy fussy cutting, but I know that it's not fun to see somebody else fussy cutting. All right. Okay, we're gonna cut that one there. See, one of the things of fussy cutting is like you don't have to do it all in one, you know. First off, you move your paper more than your scissors. That's always helpful. But then you don't want to have this piece hanging out all the time because it may be tangled. So it's just like they don't give you an extra price for doing it all in one go. So if it helps you to cut things and, you know, like this, for instance, boom, go for it, because nobody's going to know how you did it. All we care about is the result. This is pretty easy to fussy cut, I have to say. As long as you see what you're doing. That's the important part. I want kind of rounded shapes. I don't want hard shapes. So that's my main purpose. There we go. That one fell because it's very close to the edge here. And that one is also close to the edge. I think this side was more close to the edge than the other side. That's okay, because we still can make it work, you see? You love the idea, Julia. I'm so happy. Yeah, I thought that it would have made a great hybrid embossing folder, this one, but we can make it happen ourselves. That's why. It takes a little longer than if I had a die that cut the border, but that's okay. Yep. Okay. Almost done, people. Just a little bit longer. All right. All right, so this is more or less my result. Okay, I'm gonna clean my mess. I'm just gonna glue this here, and it looks nice, right? I like it, and it shows more of the glitter paper underneath, so I like it. I also put a little bit more extra. I put a little bit more extra glue when things are embossed, because sometimes they got in the nook and crannies, and I could have put some in the middle too, but glue, I mean, I should have. I meant allow me. I just had was holding the top of the bottle with my mouth. All right. So now this is our base. I don't mind if it as long as it's adhere, I don't mind that it's not fully adhere. It gives you a little bit more dimensionality to it without me having to put dimensions on, because I'm going to put this in dimensionals. So anyway, so where's my, okay, we have a label here. We're going to emboss it first. Sorry, stamp it first, I meant. I'm gonna do mossy metal, and I'm gonna put this straight because it's driving me crazy, or a little bit more straight at least. Yeah, I think that's better. Mossy metal green. So happy you guys like it. on my mat. Just center it. And there we go. And now what I did is that I wanted to give it the beveled effect to this one. Can you tell from this? You see it's a little bit raised. And how do you do that? You've seen me do this before. Where's my die? I need my die for this. This, by the way, was cut from the larger die, I believe. Yes, yes. So you just put it upside down and put the label how it came out. And then with take your pick tool, just go all around and push against the die. And that will give it this bevel effect that I was talking about. Isn't it cute? I like it. And it's nothing. It takes nothing. All you need is the stylus part of the... Take your pick tool. All right. So let me put the dies back in their place. All right, now we're going to put it... Important when you do that you stamp it first, because you will get a better stamping than when it's raised. I have to confess, I did it when it was raised in the other one and it worked out, but you never know, so might as well. Safe than sorry. All right, so 5 dimensionals for this. And we just put it where we want it. Like about so. All right, and then to complete the card, I have cut these 2 branches, this olive branch in the same glimmer paper, and this other branch in the same glimmer paper, but the larger branch. All right, so let me put some more glue here. I should have stuck. Okay, let me clean this, because the glue that was dry is not... Okay. Use your fingers. Look at that. Yeah, no, we don't want that. Now I'll have gluey fingers, but that's okay. Roll it in my hands like that, a little bit. All right. Let's now do the glue thing. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue under the dove's beak, like I did before, and then just put it like that. It's pretty, the dove, isn't it? I'm just curling it a little bit like that. And we're gonna do the same thing I did before. Actually, we're gonna put dimensionals on his belly. And on here. And a glue dot here. I mean, it's overkill. Probably we don't need the glue dot, but just in case. All right. Remove the backing. And there it goes. Pretty. Oh, I put the glue on my things there. And then for this, we're just gonna put glue in the center part. That's the one that's gonna be adhere to the label. And we're just gonna put it right there. And that's it. And now we need the little bow. That was like the whole excuse for me to use the bow. Oh, thank you for the hearts, Deborah. So I'm just gonna do the 2 rabbit ears this time because I want both loops to have the mossy meadow outside. Because if it turns, it won't. Okay, I made a mess here because my inky, gluey fingers. There we go. This ribbon makes pretty nice bows, I think. Just adjusting the loops to the size that I want them. And now we cut and we cut. And that's pretty good. And we're gonna put it right there with glue dots. I'm gonna put 2 glue dots here. 1 and 2. There. Just for security. All right. And just to complete the look, well, we have to do the inside. And for the inside, actually, I did put this little dove, but so it would stand out. I got my, what is it? Is it this one? Yes. This is my green Mossy Meadow ink, and I use a little bit of ink there. Let's do it here. To avoid the smudges, it should come from outside. And that's it, because I think all I want is just for it to stand out when I put it, like so. Okay. Love for little mini blending brushes, even more than the big ones. I guess for certain projects, the big ones work, and for certain projects, the small ones work. And this is gonna go just flat because it's the inside of the card. So just a little bit of glue. All right. And now we just can put this inside our card. Of course, the inside part was 4 by 5 1/4. So voila. Oh no, we need something else. I used the Strawberry Slush Pretty in Pink Gems. Happen to have these that are not pretty in pink. They have like some gold speckle, and I really love them for these. So I used 3 of them, as berries in the greenery of the background. I'm gonna put a big one there. Then I'm gonna put another one here, I think. All right, different that I did on the other card, but all right. So this is card number 3. And let's go for the last one. Okay. So I'm doing all holiday cards, but I think this set will make very nice winter cards, very nice sympathy cards. I think it's very versatile. Anyway, for my last card, I just finally got, because they were out of stock for so long, the everyday arches. So I wanted to use them. So what I did is I did this. This is a fun full card. This is just paper, and I put cardstock in a smaller arch all over a base that is just 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, with glitter paper, because I like glitter, and it comes with glitter paper. So why not using? And then what I used also is something I wanted to use for a while, and I hadn't. Is this metallic textures rub-ons. So this is look how pretty it looks, doesn't it? It looks like professionally done or something. It's so beautiful and it's shiny. And so anyway, so that's what I did. So let's get to it. It's pretty simple card. Now that I have all the elements cut. So as I said, you need a card base that is just 4.25 by 5 and by 5.5. Then you need the glimmer paper that is 4 by 5.25. And of course, I took this out of here so I can use it for something else, because we're not going to see that. So I use the arches, like the smaller archer of the ones I'm using. So at least I have this for a label or something. Then let me tell you which arch this one is. This one is the second largest. I cut the beautiful doves from the DSP. The back is very pretty too, isn't it? And then I went one arch, the third largest, and I did the card, the sentiment, the note, the white card for the note. So what I did is if I remember, was yesterday, so it shouldn't be. I went to the quarter and I quarter mark there, and I marked to fold a quarter of it. Let me attach this first. I think that would be easier. Let me attach this. All right. Yes. So how this goes now is that we're gonna put this here, center, just glued on this part, the center part of our fold there. And yes, because this is smaller, you'll see when you open a little bit of this, but we're gonna put a ribbon so you barely will notice. So that will be how it goes, and we fold it. And we let it sit for a little bit. Press a little bit because it's not that much. But then we're gonna glue the whole thing, the white part. Oh, this is not supposed to be That's what happened. It's not holding. Why is it not holding? Maybe I didn't put enough glue. It held yesterday. Okay. Yes, so you won't see it because it gets right there to the edge, you see? So now we're gonna glue this thing here, but before we do that, I'm gonna put the ribbon because it's easier to put the ribbon now. The set is very pretty, isn't it? The whole suite is. I like all the elements. I like the embellishments. Usually, when I get the suite, I sometimes I don't get the whole suite because there's something I don't like in it, or that I don't think I'll use so much. But this one, I use everything. You know what? Before doing all this, I'm gonna put the ribbon first. Yeah, that's what I should do before because it's gonna be more complicated to do later. So the ribbons are really easy to use. They come in gold and they come in silver. And what you do, I already used this one, so thankfully they give you another one because I want to do the same. So I'm going to get it from this sheet. See? There's like a lot of motifs and everything. And the same ones in gold. So, okay. I'm going to end up cutting this because this gets stuck. There we go. The glue sometimes gets stuck and it's worse. All right, so how you do it is you just cut around this. I don't want to cut this because I may need the whole line of dots for something. So I'm just going to pierce this here and just cut around this. The silhouette, you're only going to get the actual ribbon. So it doesn't matter how big your silhouette is or how well fussy cut it is. So you don't have to worry about it. This is good enough. Okay. And then just peel it like that. Put it where you want. Like yay, like there. Then I'm gonna grab my bone folder and I'm gonna wrap. Make sure you wrap over the image all the way to the edges. And that's it. And then you just lift it. Voila! Isn't it nice? It's beautiful. I like it a lot. Anyway, what I was saying, let's do the ribbon. I want quite a bit because I always underestimate how long it takes me, how long I need for a bow. So I'm gonna be generous. All right. I'm gonna put it right to the edge there and tie a bow. You know what we say about tying a bow on camera. All right. And this one came the other way. Doesn't matter. It's not a very good bow, is it? It's actually horrible. Let me try again. I'll do it from this side. This ribbon is a little thicker, like wider, meaning. All right, and I can make it. I can make this one work. Just have to play with it a little bit. I want it tight. Right. This is good enough. And I'm gonna actually cut it this way because I like it better. And this way. And that's it. I'm gonna put it as far to like as close to the edge as I can. And when I have it in place, in the place where I want it, I'm gonna use a little bit of turn tape to hold it. Just one on each side, not directly underneath the bowl, because it may look funky sometimes. But like that. And then I'm just gonna remove the backing. All right. There. All right. I'm satisfied with the bow now. And now we're gonna put the whole thing here. Trying to center it. We're towards the end of, like, look at that big gulp of. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna put extra here. And I'm being generous with this. Today I'm being generous with the glue. But I'm gonna be generous because A, it's on top of the glitter, and B, this is opening and closing, so you don't want it to fall apart. So center it as well as you can. Press down. We're gonna let it rest a little bit while we work on our sentiment, which I did peace, love, and joy. Very simple. And then I cut it in pieces. So I'm using Misty Moonlight, one of the colors in the set. I have my peace, love, and joy here. I'm gonna try without the mat. Hopefully it will work. And it did. All right. Now we're just gonna cut this slanted like that. I'm gonna delete the comma there. And then do the same angle for this. And I'm gonna do the love here and delete the comma from there as well. I left a little bit of the comma there. Love. And then I'm not gonna keep the and, the ampersand. So I'm just gonna go like this. Peace, love, and joy. Or peace, love, joy, technically, right? We're gonna put this in dimensionals. I'm gonna use my cutout dimensionals that I had there from the edges of the other one. So peace is gonna go like this. Here, yes, decide where you want it to go. I like that to put the love between the two doves there. So I love it. I love it. Ha ha, I'm so funny. And then joy. there. And it's very hard to see, but I put some of the flowers embellishments here. I don't know if it's worth it because you can barely see them, but I'm gonna do it just because I have them. I did the white ones. They have white ones. Then they have cloud cover and misty moonlight and secret sea. I'm gonna do the white ones again. So I'm gonna put them in the darker places so they stand out a little bit more. Maybe there. And another big one. Right there. All right. So that's my last card of the night. What do you guys think? Let me recap. 3 fanfuls, 1 regular one, but all of them I think very nice. I'm happy how they came out, at least. And I'm happy that I have a good start on my holiday cards. All right, so we have these. Peace, Love, and Joy with the Everyday Archers and the metallic ribbons that honestly, they're so cool. I'm going to use them much more. Then we have the combination of the Peaceful Garden, Peace on Earth stamp set with Birds of Nest of Winter. Then we had that one, that the self-enclosing one. Well, sometimes self-enclosing. Oh, this is moving too much. Oh, there we go. I was supposed to get the blue out. You know, one thing I want to tell you, and I'm gonna make a post out of it for the. I'm gonna put some more glue in there. I think the glue got out of place, and I don't want the dove to lose the olive branch. No, if you don't have a glue eraser, you should get one. But if you don't have one, I don't know if I have yet. Sometimes it works. You get a regular elastic, right? And then just wrap like this where the dried glue is, and it will get it away as well. Most of the time. So but it has to be a clean elastic. Okay. So I'm gonna make a post of that one day. And I said I was gonna put some glue in here. Let me. Yeah, this is moving too much with all the moving and shaking. We don't want. Too loose. Yes, it's way too loose. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue behind these too. Yeah, that should do it. See? Now we open it. And that's it. Yes, it works. All right. So as I said, that's the third card. And then the fourth card was the Mossy Meadow, where I fussy cut around the embossed image there. All right. Any favorites? The peace theme, yes, it's very, as I said, it's the most holiday theme that it had, the set had. So thank you, Joanne. I'm glad you like them. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, I showed them to a friend, and she said like, "Oh, I like the one that says peace on earth." I'm like, "Well, you have to be more specific because 3 of them say peace on earth." So anyway, but it was funny. All right, so next week it won't be Christmas in July. It won't be Christmas in August. It will be something totally different. So have a very, very good week. Enjoy the beginning of August. For the birds, oh, I'm happy. Yeah, I like the birds too. Thank you, Teresa. I like birds. Of course, they all have birds too. But anyway, I know that you mean these ones, the nest of winter. So what was I saying? Oh yes, enjoy the beginning of August. If you're a demonstrator, the catalog we get to buy from the mini holiday catalog coming up. So I'm excited about that. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.